Respect between the two teams, China and the Netherlands, as we get set for the gold medal game here at the Ariake Arena. This should be a great battle. The highest scoring team at the tournament is the Netherlands. The best defensive team at the tournament is China. Which team can find a way to break through?
Exactly, and both of these teams looking for two very different things. China wanting to come out and just lock it down. Netherlands wanting to come out, run and gun, and get inside. And here are the referees for the game. Linas Radkas from Lithuania, supported by Céline Villard from France and Alexander Lapointe from Canada. And the game commissioner will be Janine Timms from Great Britain. We see her there behind at the table in the middle.
China has used a very short bench in this tournament with Zhang Jumei, Zheng Tongli, a big part of it, as well as their captain Lin Su-ling in her second Paralympic Games. She was the MVP. She is number 9. She was the MVP of the 2019 Asia-Oceania Championships, the qualifying tournament for these Paralympic Games. For the Dutch side, Mariska Beyer leads the tournament in scoring at 26.7 points per game. She also leads in rebounding at 12.2. Hard to get into the key against this team from China. Bo Kramer leads in offensive rebounds from the Netherlands, and she's the best plus-minus player in the tournament at almost 24, a plus 24 in the tournament. But team stats-wise, China is right up near the top with the Netherlands in several categories.
And there we just saw the starting 5 for the Netherlands. Number 2, Ilse Arts. Number 6, Jitske Visser. Number 9, Bo Kramer. Number 14, Corinne de Roy. And number 15, Mariska Beyer. Head coach Gert-Jan van der Linden, a Paralympian himself. And the starting 5 for China is going to be number 6, Zhang Zumi. Number 7, Zhang Tonglai. Number 8, Lin Guidi. Number 9, Lin Zuiling. And number 10, Huang Zailan. Head coach Chen Qi. Two lineups that we are very familiar with so far this tournament. A lineup that we saw China not even switch off of very much in the semifinal game. All of these players averaging over 30 minutes a game. The Netherlands having a couple of more substitutions. We will see number 11, Cher Korver, I'm sure, coming onto the court. This is her 6th Paralympic Games. She often comes in for number 14, Corinne de Roy, at her 5th Paralympic Games here in Tokyo 2020. The Netherlands, an incredible veteran team. And China surprising this tournament and locking teams down. Absolutely incredible defense.
And in their semifinal win over the U.S., China was sent to the free throw line 16 times and scored on 13 of those just to make sure that the U.S. didn't claw back into the game. There is your tournament's leading scorer, Mariska Beyer. Let's see if she can get her offense going in this game. These two teams both taking advantage of the opposition in turnovers in this tournament. They are number 1 and number 2 in that category. There is China's captain, Lin Su-ling. And the gold medal game is underway here in Tokyo. It is the Netherlands in orange, the reigning world champions, and it's China in white. Corinne de Roy, the captain, inside for Ilse Arts. Gives it to Bo Kramer. Now to Mariska Beyer. And off the mark, and it is a rebound for China.
And we're seeing the Netherlands come up and put on a full court press. China needing to get the ball over half. They're not able to do so. That will be an 8-second violation. When a team ends up with possession of the ball, they do only have 8 seconds to get the ball over half court. The Netherlands taking a little bit learned from China in their previous game earlier on in this tournament and putting that press right back on them.
Head coach of the Netherlands, Gert van der Linden and taking a page from the book, maybe. Here's Bo Kramer. Second leading scorer on this Dutch team. From the elbow, puts it up. And De Rooij trying to get the rebound, but it is China. And again, Netherlands with pressure. They're going to break it this time. The long pass ends up in the hands of Lin Suling. And one of her teammates is down. So will be helped back up. So 51 seconds in, no baskets yet. A couple of opportunities by the Dutch. And getting back up is Shang Tongli, who had a huge performance for China in their win over the U.S. And emotional, too. Shang Shumei and a steal by the Netherlands. Here's Bo Kramer with speed down the right. Inside for De Rooij with the hook shot, misses. And Bayer couldn't reach it. Lin Suling. Shang Tongli. Shang Tongli, a 1.0 classification player who can do that. Hit the ball, hit the baskets from outside.
And we saw her absolutely light it up in the semifinal game. She had an incredible game. And so far, first 2 points of the game on the board for her.
Ilse Arts for the Netherlands gives it to Jitske Visser. She puts up the shot. She hits it from outside.
Oftentimes we hear somebody say the battle of the bigs, which means those high point players inside really fighting after the rebounds, fighting after the points. And right now it looks like we're about to have the battle of the lows.
Yes.
Both 1.0 players hitting from outside.
Shang Shumei rolls into the paint, sends it across for Lin Suling. Back into the hands of Shang Shumei, puts it up. From the other side, she hits it.
Just incredible focus on her shot.
Corinna De Rooij. Ilse Arts for Mariska Bayer. And she's got her first basket of the game. We're all tied. Huang Jiolin in her first Paralympic Games over for Shang Tongli. She's been switching sides, trying to cut towards the baseline, but she's out of bounds, so it'll be Netherlands ball. China trying to get the press on, but they back off again. Here comes the Netherlands with Bo Kramer. Kramer, the 22-year-old, already in her second Paralympic Games, sends it all the way across for Bayer. Back for Visser. In for Kramer, underneath, yes.
Great ball movement by the Netherlands. The Chinese defense trying to take Mariska Bayer's mismatch away, and then just the recovery is just a little too slow. Ball movement was quicker, getting Kramer that wide open look.
Shang Tongli. Watched by Bayer, who doesn't want to jump her. Now she gets to that, but now back it comes to the foul line. Still time on the clock. And it's going to be Netherlands ball. Bayer picks it up. And then the Dutch give it away. Went off the chair of Arts, I believe.
I think both teams just working out a little bit of nerves. That was a uncharacteristic turnover that we saw by China. They want to use a lot of time on their offense to get a nice open shot. They know they'll probably be shooting it from outside in positions that they have early in the shot clock, but use that full shot clock to see what else you can get. And also an uncharacteristic turnover by the Netherlands that we just saw there.
这些位置，在这里接了球就一动球完了。你还这么倒来倒去干什么？不要去冲一冲，报回来准备球，是吧？这反手永远都收到这里，准备换人，这个人怎么进去的？怎么进去这个脚？怎么进去的？卡死了，高低不给进，听没有？
So the head coach for China, Chang He, very calm until the very, very end, and then had something strong to say, and then the smiles come back out again. So it will be China to inbound after the mistake by the Dutch. We're back underway. 2-point lead, Netherlands. And the long shot from the outside from China is off the mark. Kramer for the Netherlands.
Kramer finding De Roy.
Kramer getting herself under the basket. Bayer then takes the pass. It rattles out, and China with good position. Zhang Shumei. And a foul called here on the Dutch captain, Corinna de Roy.
And that's going to be the first foul that we're seeing so far this game. The referees are going to discuss a quick moment on it. And it's going to be called an 8-second violation and not a foul.
Yeah, and everyone else on the floor is surprised by it as well. De Roy's reaction on her face kind of told the tale, but she was also the first one on the sidelines to get ready to inbound it. So Netherlands a chance to add to their 2-point lead. Mariska Bayer is really being held out of the key. Now Visser runs a little bit of traffic for her. It's Kramer with the shot from the outside. And the rebound is gobbled up by China.
No problem getting the ball over half this time. Plenty of time to set up their offense.
I believe that's Lin Su Ling with the shot. And it rattles out. Kramer for the Dutch. For Corinna de Roy. 5-time Paralympian in for Jitske Visser from behind the screen. Can't hit it from that side. And Huang works it ahead, now into the hands of Lin Suling. And China's captain. Now she puts her hands like she's going to call a timeout. That's when she wants the player down. Is there a risk of that then being called an actual timeout?
At first, I also thought the same thing when I first saw the Chinese team play. However, I do believe the referees have discussed that just with communication ways that this will be the most efficient way to know what they're wanting on the court.
Yeah, good point. Zhang Tongli, and China gets the rebound and a new 14-second shot clock to work with. Huang from the free throw line, and she hits it. We're all tied. The last World Championships, China was in the bronze medal game, lost to Germany. Here, they're going to win a medal. We're just going to wait and see what it's going to be. Here's Mariska Bayer. That's going to be short. And a great job by China boxing out Zhang Tongli for Lin Suling. Zhang Tongli. And there's the shot that's off from Lin Suling.
And that's a shot she knows she can make. However, with a quick outlet pass, they find Corinna de Roy down underneath. She hesitates just a little bit, and with her speed ends up burying herself under the basket.
Huang. Zhang Tongli. And a mismatch size-wise, and China's got the basket. Zhang Shumei.
And that's a shot we've seen from her all tournament long, and from the right baseline as well. She loves that right baseline shot. It protects her shooting hand, and she loves going for a mismatch because she knows she can create that space.
When we talk about a mismatch, we're not attacking the player's skill. We're just talking about the classification categories and the size and the chair. Eric van der Linden, his game plan.
And that's very true. So when talking about mismatches, that's not attacking the player. It's actually about a classification thing. So we do have a classification system, 1.0 to 4.5. 1.0 being the lowest, but the highest impairment. 4.5 having the minimal disabilities, the athletes with lower level impairments. And you have mismatches all around. So high point players usually have a little bit of a height mismatch. Midpoint players maybe have a little bit of a speed mismatch. And that's something that players know if they have it, and they know how to capitalize on those opportunities.
Bo Kramer for Jitske Visser, one of the best low point players in the world, gives the pass to Kramer, and the foul is drawn.
On the shot as well, so Kramer will be sent to the free throw line for 2 shot attempts.
Cuts China's lead to 1. Kramer shooting 55% from the free throw line in the tournament. China back on offense with Huang Xiaolin, 30-year-old in her first Paralympic Games. The ball worked in for Zhang Tongli, puts it up, puts it in.
Great composure. Bo Kramer came out with a little bit of a pressure, ended up pulling backwards to come back in, not wanting to jump all the way, and that's when she sets her shot up and drills it in.
3-point lead China. Corinna de Roy getting Netherlands back on offense for Jitske Visser, for Kramer, for de Roy, for Bayer, but it's out of her reach, and it'll be China ball.
And with these two teams matching up so well, it's going to be these little mistakes that are going to end up making a big difference here at the end of the game. China now opening up their biggest lead so far by 3. And we have 1:39 left to go in the first quarter.
So Cher Korver checking in. Corinna de Roy resting for now. Got a 6-time Paralympian checking into the game. Zhang Tongli. Netherlands trying to put pressure on her. Here's Huang. And it's going to be China ball.
Unlucky. So in wheelchair basketball, the wheelchair is considered part of the body. The ball ends up bouncing around off the floor and off Cher Korver's chair out of bounds. So it will be inbound baseline for China.
And they get it into the hands of Zhang Tongli. Out at Lin Suling. And again, it is China capitalizing on mistakes. That's what they do, leading by 5 in the final minute of the opening quarter. Cher Korver. Pass in for Bayer, finally got free in the lane, and she left hands it off the glass and in. That's the lead to 3 with 35 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Zhang Tongli. Waits for that shot clock. Netherlands choosing not to jump her. And now they do, but she gets it back. Here's a shot from inside. Another chance. And shot clock is not in play here. Netherlands putting up a defense, but they finally put up the defense that stops China. But boy, that was a scrambly last few seconds.
Yeah, what a great offensive rebound. And then a quick outlet pass. They used the entire rest of the clock down. And that last shot bounced all around the rim and everywhere but in. But China ending the first quarter up by 3.
Netherlands just 33% shooting from the field in that opening quarter. Some of the other numbers that might jump out. Defensive rebounds for China, 8-3.
They're doing a great job boxing out, not letting Netherlands have the second opportunities inside.
First couple of baskets of the game were shot by the one-pointers from either team.
And the Netherlands currently shooting 33% as a team. Bayer having 4 points, number 9 Kramer having 3, and Visser having 2. And on the Chinese side, number 7 Zhang Tonglai having 6 points so far, the top scorer for China. Number 6 Zhang having 2, as well as number 9 Lin and number 10 Huang, both having 2 points each. Slightly higher shooting percentage, 46%.
And you give those players a moment to think about it, and they will score the baskets for Team China. They have done that throughout the tournament. Low scoring, but keeping the opposition to even fewer points. Only allowing the opposition to score 33.7 points per game, while the Dutch have scored on average 68 points per game, more than 68. So let's see if they can get their offense going. Right now, it is Team China. And they missed the shot. It's Kramer with the rebound. Again, the strong defense from the team in white. Here's Cher Korver. Takes it towards the hoop, puts up the shot, misses. Again, rebounded China.
I think she was expecting the contact to come on that shot. China doing a great job pulling away. However, she ends up shooting strong in anticipation of that contact, and really open layup, however, difficult finish.
And we've got a foul called here on Bo Kramer. It's going to be non-shooting, though.
And it will be her first personal foul, first foul of the team. And China will have a new 14 seconds on the shot clock.
First foul, I think, of the entire game for the Netherlands.
It is.
Rebounded by Mariska Bayer. Top rebounder in the tournament. Ahead for Cher Korver. Finds Bayer. Has a little bit of room for Jitske Visser. Bayer trying to get open on the far side. Visser's shot. Rebounded by Bayer. Has it swatted away. And they're going to say China ball. So China gets a fresh 24-second shot clock as it's picked up by Huan Zhuolin. Zhang Tongli. Watched by Bayer. Back to Huang. Zhang Shumei, and the Netherlands break up the play. Bayer with the left-handed layup, and it's a one-point game.
Great job by Kramer, jumping the passing lane and getting a hand on that ball, tipping it away.
Bo Kramer among the tournament leaders in steals. Zhang Shumei rolls down towards the baseline. Puts up the shot. It's going to be short, rebounded by the Dutch. Back they come with Korver. She's got Kramer with speed. Korver taking it towards the baseline, looks up, and the shot finds Beyer. And Kramer with the rebound, and the Dutch are back out front.
And the Netherlands increasing their tempo just a little bit on transition into offense, not only helping break down that press, but then making China have to scramble a little bit more to set up a defense that they're happy with.
Is that how Kramer got inside there for the rebound, you think?
I think a little bit.
Shot again from the outside is missed by China. Mariska Beyer will do the ball handling. Netherlands brings it into the front court. Back to Kramer. Korver. Kramer, 4 on the shot clock. Beyer rolls it in, puts it up, rattles out, and nice rebounding there by China. And back they come with Huang Zhuolin. Kramer, though, hustling back on defense. Huang. Shang Shumei. Shang Tongli with the shot. So China's shooting has gotten cold here, but they're still only down by 1. Arts. Visser. Puts the ball on the floor. Slings it in for Beyer. Back to Kramer. 3 on the shot clock. He's got to put it up. Puts up the 3. And it's going to be rebounded by the Netherlands.
And a foul is going to be called on number 7 of China, Zhang Tuanlai.
So a good possession for the Dutch. Even though they don't score the basket, they get the ball back, and China has called a timeout.
And that will be number 7, Zhang's first personal foul.
One point is all that separates these two teams in the battle for gold.
And now, as the players are returning to the courts, the Netherlands are on their highest scoring run yet this game. Currently on a 6-0 run against China. China not quite able to find their rhythm here on offense in the second quarter. Haven't made any points yet.
And Cher Korver's come into the game and done a nice job, as we always expect her to do. Here is Yitzka Visser with a shot that misses, and looked like Beyer might have a shot at the rebound, but it's grabbed by China. Back they come with Lin Suling. Watched by Korver. Slings it all the way across for Huang. And she hits, and China's back out front by a point.
And a fantastic offensive set by China. Huang only seeing 2 points so far, but a key shooter for this team in previous games. They set up a double screen to really make sure she had the time to get that nice open shot off.
Cher Korver holding the ball, looking for movement, gets Kramer fading, firing, hitting. Bo Kramer, the young Dutch star, just plays the game. It seems like she has a smile on her face from the opening tip to the final horn. China's outside shooting, such an important part of their game. They obviously work incredibly hard on it. And the ball comes loose, picked up by Huang. Shot clock running out. It's run out. So the Netherlands will get a chance to try to add to their lead. Corinna de Roy coming back in for Cher Korver.
China not seeing a lot of ball movement on offense. They're coming down. They're setting up their positions. They're using the clock. But then, like, when little mistakes like that happen at the end, it really can cause a lot of problems.
Corinna de Roy from the elbow, and she hits it. It's a 3-point lead, Netherlands. Well, the Netherlands was not at all happy with the way they played the third quarter in their preliminary round game against China. They scored absolutely no points in that quarter, and they said that just wasn't our game. Bo Kramer now for the Netherlands as they face this tough defense from China. The pass to Bayer. She's fading and firing, and it's off the mark. Someone might have got a hand on that one.
I don't know, because I think she had to shoot it high. She was defended by China's two tallest players, and I think it was just too far to the left off the mark. The Chinese did a really great job, so as Bayer was fading away, they did a great job stopping their chairs just to make sure there's no way the refs could possibly call a foul.
This time Bayer gets the rebound on the miss. And Kramer handling the ball for the Netherlands. Still Kramer looking for an outlet. Takes it to the baseline, sends it back to Visser, off her chair, goes to Arts. And we've got a foul call on the floor, but actually it's 3-second violation against the Netherlands.
And the foul was called on, or not the foul, but the 3-second violation was called on Bayer. She was in the key for quite a while. She was being pinned by two players. However, she did have the opportunity to go out in another direction and was not able to do so.
Shang Tongli. She was hitting her shots fast and furious in the opening quarter. And this time the miss from Shang Shumei. Still 3-point lead, Netherlands. Jitske Visser takes it down to the baseline. Gives it to Bayer. She's got a little bit of a mismatch. And she's going to go to the free throw line.
And she does draw the foul. Number 10, Huang Jialong, her first personal foul. Pulled backwards just a little bit, causing that contact on Bayer, sending her into a slightly turning fadeaway shot.
Mariska Bayer, MVP of the last World Championships in 2018. Dutch won that event. And we had movement here by the Chinese player at the line, so it'll be Bayer who gets to shoot another one. This is a bit of a freebie. And Bayer got a hand on it. And they are going to get the ball back, so Bayer, even though she missed all three, will still get a chance, and her teammates, to try to score. She's going to come out for a little breather. And into the game comes Zina Vimanova. Inbounded for Kramer. Back to Visser. In for Kramer. Yes! 5-point lead, Netherlands. Their biggest of the game.
And a great finish by Kramer. Absorbed the contact and got a strong shot off.
9 points for Bo Kramer. Shang Shumei. In for Huang. Puts up the shot. Can't get it to drop, and Kramer comes up with the rebound. Huge rebound there for Bo Kramer. Still time to work on this shot clock. Sends it across for Visser. Kramer heading back under the basket. Takes the pass. And off the glass and in.
Both teams playing very methodically on offense, running a very long offensive possessions. However, China just losing a little bit of focus and allowing Kramer at the wide open baseline. And that's something that she's definitely going to execute on when given the chance.
Final minute now of the half, and the ball rattles out again for China. Here comes Bo Kramer. Her team up by 7. Gives to Visser. See if they can make that play work again. Kramer has excellent ball chair skills. That helps her get in the open. Inside for Karina de Roy. Karina de Roy's shot is off the mark. Not by much.
China does have to get the ball over half. They're not able to do so. That will be an 8-second violation and an inbound at the sideline for the Netherlands.
Huge play there for the Dutch as well. With 20 seconds left, they get another offensive possession.
However, only 14.5 seconds, or 14 seconds on the shot clock.
And the ball into the hands of Bo Kramer, who leads the team with 11 points. Will she try the 3? No, she goes to Visser. These two teams rarely try the 3-pointers. Visser's shot, and that just rims out. And China trying to get it to the midcourt line. It won't matter. Time runs out. And a strong second quarter by the Netherlands, and lead it 21-14 at the half here in the gold medal game here in Tokyo.
And the Netherlands are currently being led by number 9, Bo Kramer, with 11 points, followed up by number 15, Bayer, with 6. Currently shooting 37% as a team. And on the Chinese side, led by number 7, Zhang Toinlai, with 6. Followed up by number 10, Huang, with 4. Both number 9, Lin, and number 6, Zhang, having 2 points each. And their shooting percentage dropping from 43% down to 29% in that second quarter. The Netherlands outscoring China 12-2 in the second quarter.
Yeah, that outside shooting for China, that was the only basket of the quarter. It was the Bo Kramer show in many ways in that quarter. She was passing, she was scoring, she was stealing. Getting the job done for the team in orange. And rebounding too, forgot about that. So some of your first half highlights, including 2 of 11 points for Bo Kramer, and Karina de Roy, the captain of the Netherlands, contributing as well. Adding up to these numbers, 21-14 for Team Netherlands over Team China.
And a big thing to look at is the turnovers. So after the first quarter, China and the Netherlands each had 3 turnovers collectively. China now has 8 turnovers heading into halftime, really showing the increased pressure coming from the Netherlands. And the Netherlands capitalizing 6 of their points off of those turnovers, which when you have a 7-point lead is looking at almost your entire lead right there.
So the numbers do tell the story. Netherlands leading China 21-14 at halftime here at the Ariake Arena.
This is a practice. When that car gets in the box, clap loudly. Nice. You have to clap louder. いいですね。では全員手を挙げていきましょう。Not bad. In fact, we get one more practice. ちょっと遅かったですか？ゲージの中でデビューしますよ。皆さん手を挙げて。You have to be quick. Nice. Let's play. さあ、では本番20回いきます。20回いきますよ。20 shots. The record 17. I'm ready. Think we're all right with that one, just. Nice whistle. When it hits the box, ready? Nah. いいですね。全員でいきます。PO の皆さんも一緒にいきますよ。One clap, all out. 3 for 3. いいですね。It's a big box. It's quick. Oh, ちょっとだけ遅かった。さあ行きましょう。Alright, we're too slow. Here we go. Hey! Nice free throw. さあ全員でいきますよ。Over the head. さあポッパーの方も一緒に行きましょう。ポッパーの方。We're on record pace. Somebody's on fire. カメラマンの方も一緒に行きましょうか。カメラマンの方。360 off the bar. いいですね。まだ1回しかミスしてないですよ。Yeah, I knew you had that. Here we go. It's a quick one. Oh! ここまで10回投げてサクセス9。Out of 10. Oh, oh. いいですね。これは最高記録が生まれるから皆さん一緒に。360. ちょっと早かったですね。さあ後半の皆さんで一緒に行きますよ。さあ皆さん。足を組んでるのを外して両手を上げてカモン。 Overhead. We can tie the record of 17. カメラマンのこともいいですね。Just gotta clap quicker. Here we go. Look at that. 4 more shots. Here we go. さあ、あと3投です。あと3投いきます。360. 2 shots left for record 7. Oh my. That's one. Let's go out on a minute. Let's go. Nice layup. A total of 16 out of 20. That is the second highest score ever. 20投入って16投の成功となりました。スーパーパラリンピックチャレンジ、皆さんご参加ありがとうございました。大きな拍手。
almost ready for the second half here in the gold medal game of women's wheelchair basketball. Tokyo 2020. Netherlands with a 7-point lead over China, 21-14. Third quarter, though, might be key. Remember, in the preliminary round, China shut out the Netherlands in the third quarter. And let's see what the two team strategies are here as we begin this key quarter of play with the gold medal on the line.
Yeah, and as we saw going into halftime, China's shooting percentage dropping just a little bit. They were shooting 43%, now dropped down to 29%. They only scored 2 points in the second quarter. The Netherlands doing a great job making some turnovers happen, using that to their advantage, going on a run, creating that 7-point lead we see now, and the Netherlands outscoring China 12-2 in the second quarter. But we did see China shut the Netherlands down in the second half earlier in this tournament. So let's see what team comes out here in the third quarter.
Mariska Beyer is back on the floor again for the Netherlands. Here's Corinna de Rooij, the captain of the Dutch, gives to Beyer, fading from high in the key. She had all kinds of hands up in her face. Tough shot.
And China needing to get the ball over half. They go for a long pass, but it's intercepted by Beyer.
And Beyer in for Kramer. And then Beyer comes in and gets the rebound. And finally, China gets it out of harm's way. And breaks the press. And here comes Zhang Tongli. No! She's usually so reliable. And back comes the team in orange. Bo Kramer has Beyer way over on the other side. Has de Rooij cutting, then sends it across for Visser. She's alone to make the shot, take the shot, misses, rebounds. Here's de Rooij. Netherlands' new 14-second shot clock. Beyer off the rim and out.
And the Netherlands quick to put that press back on. China needing to get the ball over half in the next 2 seconds.
Can't do it. It'll be Netherlands ball.
And that's 2 8-second violations back to back caused by this Dutch press that we're seeing here. They started off in the first quarter with it. China able to come over half pretty easily. I think they only ended up with 1 8-second violation. However, the Netherlands turning the table here in the beginning of the third.
Corinna de Rooij from behind the Ilse Arts screen chooses not to shoot it. 3 on the shot clock. Now she does. And it just rolls off the rim. Zhang Zhumei gets it across that timeline. Time to spare, working it in. There's the layup, and perfectly hit by China and Liu Zhudi.
And that is not a layup to execute when you have someone so powerful like Mariska Beyer chasing you down.
5-point lead, Netherlands. Bo Kramer across for Beyer at the baseline, sends it back to Visser from the elbow. Takes it down towards the hoop, rolls in, rolls it in.
China really trying to take away Beyer, who's searching for a mismatch shot over the smaller players of China. However, loss of communication and nobody switched down to the baseline. Visser rolling straight in.
So the Dutch have done what they could not do against China in the preliminary round, score a basket in the third quarter. See how many more they can add. Beyer now on the smaller Zhang Tongli. Shot clock winding down, and it runs out again on China. Lin Suling, the ball in her hands when the buzzer goes.
And in the first half of this game, we saw both teams using a ton of time on their offense and their defense. They were really using the clock all the way down. And now the Netherlands coming out, putting a ton of pressure back onto China, causing them to be a little bit flustered here. They're not able to get that calm composure coming down onto offense like they want.
It's got to be a big part of the Dutch strategy, is put pressure on them a lot more than you were in the opening quarter. Here's Kramer, back to Visser. Kramer. DeRoy. Rattles around the hoop. China trying to escape. Trying to get it across. And they can't do it. It's again called on the 8-second violation. Boy, that's impressive. In the first 3.5 minutes, they've basically caused them 3 turnovers. Here's Kramer rolling in for a long 2. Misses. Visser gets the rebound. DeRoy. For Kramer. For Visser. From range, and it's off the mark. Visser trying to reverse to get there. Arts was, rather. So China looking to inbound, down by 7. They've got Shen Meyer in the game now. Shang Tongli. And it rattles out, swatted away by DeRoy, but it's going to be China ball. Shang Tongli. Work it inside, and there's the basket for China that they've been looking for.
Great pick and roll by number 7, Shang Toin Lai, and number 11, Dai Jiaming.
Different players into the mix for China. Yitzka Visser in for Kramer. Can't get it to drop. China has a chance to cut into this 5-point lead. Dai Shimang for Zhang Tongli. Lin Soling. Shot clock at 5. Off the base of the rim, but grabbed by China again. Lin Soling. All the way across for Shang Tongli. Short, rebounded Kramer. And finally, the Dutch get out of trouble. Corinna DeRoy gives for Kramer. Across for Arts. Off the glass and in. Back to 7 points.
And great crossing by the Netherlands. They didn't just go in straight lines up the court onto offense. They crossed, they created angles that created that space that was more difficult for the China to defend. They had a numerical advantage, the Netherlands did, coming in. And then Arts being found wide open on the left side. Great use of their space on this court.
Shen Meyer for Lin Suling, the captain of Team China. They work the ball in, now back out, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Lin Suling trying to get it up, and she can't. Boy, stifling defense from Netherlands.
Yeah, so we saw the Netherlands in the first half not jumping anything. They were having pressure. We call it a yo-yo defense. Actually, when you set up with 2 players on the defensive side and you show out, but you don't jump the full way, then you recover back in, and then the next player goes a little bit farther out, and you never fully jump. And we saw this pressure-style defense coming from the Netherlands in the first half. However, now in the second half, they are jumping everything. They're getting hard out on the ball, and that's really what's starting to fluster China, is that this contact is totally new to them here in the second half.
Still the game not out of reach for China. Down by 7, 4:08 to go, third quarter. They need to go on a run or 2. Netherlands wanting to stop that from happening, and it'll be Netherlands ball inbounding Corinna de Roy, the 5-time Paralympian, ahead to Bo Kramer, the 22-year-old in her second games from Arnhem. Across for Jitske Visser. Visser in her 4th Paralympic Games. Gets it to Bayer. Still time on the clock. For de Roy, who's open. Yes! 9-point lead.
And a great screen set by Bayer, creating that open shot for de Roy at the elbow.
China now looking for someone to get hot from the shooting department. This is Lin Suling. In for Shang Xiumi. Shot put up. It rattles out. A player down on China, so Netherlands has a chance for a numerical advantage. Here they come with Kramer. Puts it up. It's going to be short, though. And a foul call. Oh, no, we have a player down on the other end of the floor, the player from China who's been down for 15 seconds already.
Yeah, so China did have a player fall down in their offensive possession. They continued on with the possession, missing the shot. The rebound still ended up not in the flow and the movement in the direction of the player that was down. So the play was not stopped, creating that numerical advantage for the Netherlands, however, not able to capitalize on it. Now that China has the ball back down on their half, play was stopped and they'll be able to reset.
Shang Xiumi across. And again, the shooting staying cold. That was Huang Xiaolin. Bo Kramer taking it to the corner. Thinks about a shot from there. Still has it. Across for Visser. Sends it up and in. Jitske Visser. It's an 11-point lead, Netherlands. Visser was a bronze medalist on this team in Rio and in London. Across the baseline for Shang Xiumi. Back up top for Zhang Tongli. Shot clock winding down. They send it underneath, but it is taken away by the Dutch. Here is Bayer for the layup. Yes.
China headed into halftime with 8 turnovers, and with just under 2 minutes to go left in the third quarter, the Netherlands have put so much pressure on that now China has 14 turnovers.
Zhang Tongli takes it down to the baseline. Back, she tried to thread the needle on the pass for Dai Ximeng. It's broken up again by the team in orange. Maritzke Bayer. Kicks it back for de Roy. For Visser. Puts it up and in. Jitske Visser catching fire.
Visser now having 8 points on the board, shooting 4 of 10.
15-point lead for the Netherlands. By far their biggest lead of the game. Lin Suling now into the hands of Zhang Xiumi, but Arts is all over her. 5 on the shot clock. The long one is off the rim. It'll be China ball though. Dai Ximeng. Offensive foul called on China. It'll be Netherlands ball.
And that foul will be called on number 9 of China, Lin Suling. Her first personal foul, and the first foul so far this third quarter. A game that we haven't been seeing a lot of fouls in, so the Netherlands headed into halftime only with 1 team foul. China only had 3. We're looking at 5 fouls so far in this game, total.
Corinna de Roy for Maritzke Bayer. Back to de Roy. Lots of movement on the Dutch offense. It comes to Visser. from the free throw line. Not this time. Final seconds now of the quarter. Here comes China. Visser hustling back to get in the way of Lin Suling. Back to Shang Tong Li. Yes! A long two-pointer. To end the third quarter, it is still, though, a 13-point lead for the Netherlands here in the gold medal game in Tokyo, 33-20.
The Netherlands coming out of halftime with a whole new energy on this field. Absolutely picked up the tempo on offense and on defense. Came out and had caused 3 8-second violations all back to back, getting the quick offensive rebound or quick offensive possessions, and then they ended up almost doubling the amount of turnovers for this Chinese team. China at halftime had 8 turnovers, and it has been doubled. So now China heading into the fourth quarter now has 16 turnovers, really demonstrating the absolute pressure that the Netherlands has applied to them. Full court, getting on their chairs, putting pressure on the ball, taking away all of that space and all of the time that China wants to have. They want to come down, they want to be calm and composed and use the clock, set up nice and easy shots, and now the Netherlands making them have to move.
And it's coming from lots of different directions as well. It was kind of the Bo Kramer show in the second quarter for the Dutch. Visser and, well, there's Visser again. Arts and De Roy all contributing offensively in that third quarter. And Beyer got in alone too. And she's managed 8 points in the game, as has Visser. 11 for Kramer. As you mentioned some of those numbers already, but worth mentioning again how they're spreading that scoring around. Fourth quarter underway, gold medal game here in women's wheelchair basketball. Lin Suling, Team China captain, just about lost by China. They get it back for the shot, and it's in from Huang Xiaolin.
And a great draw up by their head coach. Came out and told him to set up a double screen on that right side to create that wide open shot. And that's the kind of space they're wanting to have.
Bo Kramer and De Roy trade places. Comes to Visser now on the right wing. Sends it all the way across for Beyer on the baseline with the mismatch. Can't get it to fall. It's been a tough shooting game for Mariska Beyer.
And a foul has been called on number 14, Corinne De Roy. It will be her first personal foul. First foul of the quarter, and actually only their second foul for the entire game so far.
Yeah, nobody's in foul trouble on the orange team. That is for sure. This is Lin Suling for Shang Tong Li. And the Dutch backing off of her. And now De Roy, kind of the yo-yo effect you talked about. There's the shot off the base of the rim and out.
Yeah, so that pressure is exactly what we would consider a yo-yo style defense, where they never fully jump out. They never give that dive player, the player that's setting the screen, the opportunity to get inside. They show high, they show low, they create that pressure, make the shooter uncomfortable, but never fully jump out.
De Roy for Visser. Still 10 on the shot clock. Inside for Kramer. Puts up the shot. Can't get it to drop. And the press again by the Dutch. China breaks it just in time. Second to spare. Shang Tong Li. Her team down by 11. Looking to get a run going here. Lin Suling. Shang Shumei, shot clock runs out.
And that's going to be another turnover for this Chinese team. And looking at the stats, so China has had 17 turnovers so far this game, only eight heading into halftime, however, doubled in the third quarter. And the Netherlands have capitalized 12 of their points off of those turnovers. And we're looking at an 11-point lead for the Netherlands.
Corinna de Roy. Got the screen set up from Kramer, and it drops in. It's a 13-point lead for the Netherlands. And now this time the Dutch back off, set up their defense back around their key. Lin Soling firing, rebound collected by Bayer. Long pass for Kramer. She gets up the shot and gets it. It's a 15-point lead.
And this is like watching an entirely different Netherlands team compared to the first half. All of the momentum, all of the energy currently going their way.
Well, all the things they've done against every other team, now they're finally being able to do that against China. Remember, they scored 67 points a game in this tournament. The shot is off the mark. De Roy rebounding it. Ahead for Jitske Visser. Netherlands wanting to use the shot clock here, it seems. Shot put up, and it's in for Visser. She's into double digits. China looking for answers. Down by 17 with just about 6:15 to go in the fourth period. And here comes De Roy leading the fast break. In for Arts. Try to get it back to De Roy. And it's going to be China ball. Chang Tong Lee playing an average of 38 minutes a game in this tournament for Lin Suling. Chang Tong Lee. Shang Shumei up and no. Rebound De Roy. Corinna De Roy has 6 points in the game for the Netherlands. And quarterbacking the offense for Visser. Gives it to Bayer. And an offensive foul called here on the Netherlands.
And that will be called on number 9, Bo Kramer, her second personal foul. However, no reason to be worried for Kramer. 2 fouls with only 5.5 minutes to go is totally fine.
Yeah, she's in the clear, it would seem, at least for now. Lin Soling. Shang Tong Lee comes back to Lin Suling, and she hits it. They're going to need a bunch more of those.
And now we see the Chinese defense beginning to apply that high line pressure against something we missed from them in the third quarter. They weren't able to establish that due to the quick tempo that the Netherlands were having.
Inside for Kramer, yes! She's got a big game going with 15 points. A 17-point lead for the Netherlands with 4.5 minutes to play. Lin Suling puts up another one, rattles out, Kramer rebounds. And she gets across the timeline. Kramer into the paint for Visser. They leave her open, so she does that. Another basket for Jitske Visser. She's got 12 points. Zhang Tong Li. She was hot early in the game with the shots from the perimeter. Now Lin Suling, and she's catching fire again. Will it be in time?
Something that China's going to have to start thinking about is they do have no team fouls so far this quarter. They only have about 3.5 minutes left to go. They're going to need to start chipping away at that lead and potentially start sending players to the free throw line, and it might be a good idea to start collecting a couple of fouls.
Visser, Bayer, Kramer, shoots, rebounded by China. They get across the midcourt stripe. Zhang Tong Li. And it rattles out on the shot from Zhang Zhumei, or at least from Huang Xiaolin.
And that will be a foul called on the Netherlands. Number 15, Mariska Bayer, her first personal foul.
(43-26), 17-point lead with 3 minutes to play. China is starting to hit its shots again. That was Huang Xiaolin. Corinna de Roy in her 5th Paralympic Games from the free throw line, and they'll just trade baskets, and the Netherlands will be happy to do that. 2.5 minutes to go. Timeout, China, down by 17 points. All right, final stretch now. 2.5 minutes to play. China needing a near miracle comeback, it would seem. Zhang Tong Li for Lin Suling. For 3, yes! That's the lead down to 14, still time. Corinna de Roy. In for the Netherlands now is Julia van der Sprong. So Bayer is resting. Pass comes to van der Sprong. She'll put up the shot, and it falls. Big basket for the Netherlands.
And the Netherlands now extending that press back up the court.
Into the hands of Zhang Tong Li.
2-on-1 opportunity.
Still has it. Comes back to Zhang Zhumei. In fact, that is Lin Suling, and a foul call here on Bo Kramer. But now just 1:28 to go. Timeout call, Netherlands.
The biggest thing for the Netherlands to think about now is that they do have 4 team fouls, so any further fouls will send China to the free throw line for 2-shot attempts. There is still quite a large lead that we see here. and it would be difficult for China to come back with just free throws. However, that is something for the Netherlands to start thinking about.
.128 to go, fourth quarter, gold medal game here at the Ariake Arena in Tokyo. 47-31, Netherlands leading. China looking for something spectacular to happen here in the final 88 seconds. They've hit some shots from range. They have not been, that was their first three-pointer of the tournament, actually. They hadn't had one up until this game. Shang Shumei, no. Rebound, Van der Sprung. Beyer back in the game for the Netherlands. Bo Kramer is off right now. And that might...
The Netherlands slowing down the tempo as we see here, using the entire shot clock. They will have to get a shot off because the game clock is more than the shot clock.
They do, but Mariska Beyer draws the foul. And that's just the first foul against China here in the fourth quarter. So Beyer with 9 points in the game, gets one of two. 48-31, Netherlands leading. We're inside the final minute of play in the gold medal game. Shang Tong Li wheels it into the paint, loses it, gets it back again. No, she doesn't. And it's going to be Netherlands ball.
Substitutions coming onto the court for the Netherlands. Jitske Beyer, number 6, coming off with 12 points, currently the second top scorer for this team. She's had a phenomenal game this far. And number 12, Saskia Pronk, coming onto the court for the first time this game.
Yeah, Jitske Visser has been a big part of this Dutch win. Well, it's going to be a win. Underneath for De Roy with the layup. A reverse.
And now there will be no shot clock put on. There's 23 seconds left in the game.
And coming into this game, neither one of these teams had ever won Paralympic gold. And it's going to be a gold medal for the Netherlands here in women's wheelchair basketball at the Paralympic Games. Gold for Team Orange. The Netherlands take it.